Have you ever felt overwhelmed when everything around you seems to fall apart? When problems come one after another, how do you keep your mind calm? What if there was a way to stay peaceful even when the world feels like a storm? Imagine a small boat on a rough sea. How can it stay steady without being tossed by every wave? This is the challenge many face every day, finding calm inside, no matter what's happening outside. Take this simple example. A man loses his job suddenly. He feels panic, fear, anger. But after a deep breath, he chooses to see the situation differently. Instead of falling apart, he looks for a solution calmly. His mind is not silent, but it is steady enough to think clearly. That calmness helps him move forward. How does he do that? This video will share secrets from Buddhist wisdom that show us how to keep our minds calm, even in tough situations. Welcome to Wisdom Woven. Here, we explore timeless teachings that help us live better lives. There's so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribes. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more peaceful ideas to you every day. In life, challenges are certain. No one escapes difficulties. But what Buddhism teaches is how to face these difficulties without losing your peace. The mind is like water. When it is still, it reflects clearly. When disturbed, it becomes muddy and confused. Our goal is to learn how to calm that water, to find stillness even in chaos. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This means true calmness is not about changing the outside world. It is about training our mind to remain calm no matter what happens. When you understand this, you begin to see troubles as temporary waves on the sea of your life. In this series, we will uncover simple, practical steps inspired by Buddhist teachings. These steps are not just ideas. They're ways to change your mind habits. They help you respond to stress, fear, and anger with peace. You will learn how to breathe deeply, how to let go of things that disturb your mind, and how to stand strong inside, no matter what storms come. So stay with us, and by the end of this journey, you will have tools to keep your mind calm, to be peaceful in tough times, and to live with greater joy. Remember, calmness is not weakness. It is the strongest power you can have. Listen closely, dear friend. Life is like the weather, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy. The question is not how to stop the storms, but how to be like a mountain that stands firm no matter what the weather brings. When the wind blows hard, the mountain does not move. When the rain falls heavily, the mountain remains steady. So too, must your mind be strong and unshaken. Many people think calmness means having no feelings or never being upset. That is not true calmness. True calmness is not a cold stone or a silent statue. It is the gentle strength that allows the mind to feel emotions without being controlled by them. It is like a great mountain that allows the clouds to pass, but stays rooted deep inside. In Buddhism, this kind of calmness is called inner stability. It means your mind does not easily wobble when trouble comes. You may still feel sadness, anger, or fear, but these feelings do not push you down or pull you away from their center. You know they will pass like clouds in the sky, and you do not lose yourself in them. How do we build this inner stability? First, understand that your mind is not one fixed thing. It changes like the seasons. Sometimes it is sunny and bright, other times dark and cloudy. Trying to force your mind to be calm all the time is like trying to stop the wind with your hands. It will only make you tired and frustrated. Instead, train your mind gently. Observe your thoughts and feelings like a careful watcher. When anger rises, do not fight it or hide from it. Just watch it as if you're watching the waves on a river. See how it flows and then fades away. This watching itself is a kind of strength. A mountain does not fight the wind. It simply allows the wind to blow. When you watch your mind without judgment, you become like the mountain. You allow feelings to come and go without losing your calm. There's a famous story in Buddhism about a Zen master and a student. The student asked, "Master, how can I be calm in a storm?" The master replied, "Be like the mountain. Let the wind blow, but do not move." This means we cannot always control what happens outside, but we can control how we respond inside. Another step toward inner stability is patience. Patience means waiting without anger or frustration. Sometimes, when life is difficult, we want quick answers or fast solutions. But calmness grows slowly, like a tree growing deep roots. You must be patient with yourself and the process. When you face stress or worry, remind yourself that this moment will pass. Just as the mountain has stood through many seasons, your mind can stand through many challenges. Trust in your own strength. Trust that peace is possible, even in hard times. It helps to bring your attention to your body. Often, when the mind feels restless, the body tenses up. Your shoulders become tight, your breath becomes short. The mountain stands tall and relaxed. You too can stand tall in your body, breathe deeply, and feel your feet on the ground. This simple action sends a message to your mind. It is safe to be calm now. When you practice this again and again, you build a strong foundation inside. You become like a mountain, not just in moments of calm, but in the face of trouble. You begin to see that your true nature is calm and steady. You are not your worries or your fears. You are the stillness behind them. Remember, calmness does not mean avoiding life's problems. The mountain does not run away when the storm comes. It stands firm and faces it. You too can face your challenges with courage and peace. Sometimes, when you practice calmness, others around you may not understand. They may be caught in their own storms and expect you to be shaken too. But your calmness can be a light for them. Just like the mountain stands alone but inspires many, your steady mind can inspire peace in others. It is important to be gentle with yourself. If you feel disturbed or upset, do not scold yourself. This is part of being human. The mountain sometimes has birds resting on it or rain falling on it. It does not judge these things. It simply allows them. When difficult feelings come, take a moment to breathe slowly. Feel the ground beneath you. Remind yourself that you have a place inside that is peaceful and unshaken. This place is always there, even when you forget. Over time, your mind becomes like a mountain that others can rely on. Not because it is hard or cold, but because it is strong and kind. You will find that you do not need to control everything outside to feel safe. Your safety comes from within. When fear or anxiety arise, you may say quietly to yourself, "I am like the mountain. I'm steady and calm." This simple phrase connects you to your inner strength. The Zen master teaches us that the true calm mind is free from judgment. When you let go of harsh thoughts about yourself or the world, your mind becomes soft like the mountain's gentle slope. It is strong, yet welcoming. To build this calmness, try to spend time each day sitting quietly, feeling your breath and the ground. Watch your thoughts like clouds. Do not hold on to them. Let them pass. In everyday life, remind yourself, you do not have to be perfect. You only need to be steady. The mountain does not try to be perfect. It just is. When hard times come, say to yourself, "This too shall pass. I am steady like the mountain." This thought alone can bring great peace. Know that every moment of calm you create is a gift to yourself. It is a small victory over chaos. Practice this steady calmness in small moments, while waiting in line, during a difficult conversation, or when the mind feels restless. With patience and gentle effort, your mind will become more like the mountain, unchanged by storms, peaceful in all seasons. This is the path of inner stability. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Remember, you are never alone on this path. The wisdom of Buddha and the strength of your own heart walk with you. So, be kind to yourself as you learn. Stand tall like the mountain. Let the storms come and go. Your calm mind is your greatest strength. The present moment is all we truly have. When a mind wanders to the past or worries about the future, peace escapes us. The past is gone and cannot be changed. The future is yet to come and may never arrive as we imagine. Only this very moment, right now, is real, yet many people live their lives caught in memories or anxieties. This is why they suffer so much. Imagine a man walking through a forest. If he looks down and focuses only on the path right before his feet, he is safe. But if he looks behind at where he has been, or far ahead to where he is going, he may trip, fall, or lose his way. Life is much the same. If we focus on this moment, we walk steadily. If not, we stumble in confusion. Buddha taught that to be truly alive, one must live fully in the present. When trouble comes, it feels heavier if we add fears of what might happen next. The mind races, creating stories and worries, making the problem seem larger than it really is. But when we return to the present moment, we find a calm space where the mind can rest. The present moment is like a quiet lake. When no wind stirs its surface, it reflects the sky clearly. But when the wind blows, the reflection becomes distorted. Our thoughts are like that wind. When we focus on what is happening right now, we still the wind and see clearly. To practice this, we can use simple mindful attention. Notice your breath as it flows in and out. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Listen to the sounds around you. These small acts bring the mind home. They pull it away from stories and back to what is real. When you face a tough situation, do not let your mind rush to the worst. Instead, pause. Take a slow breath. Feel the breath moving through your body. This anchors you in the now. In that moment, your mind finds clarity and strength. Often, people try to solve problems by escaping from them. They think if they avoid the pain now, it will go away. But avoiding the present only makes the mind restless. The problem remains, growing larger in the shadow of fear. Buddhism teaches us to meet difficulties directly, but with a calm heart. This means seeing the situation clearly without exaggeration or denial. When the mind sees things as they are, it can respond wisely rather than react with panic. Imagine you are holding a hot stone. If you try to grab it tightly in fear, you will hurt yourself. But if you hold it gently, knowing its nature, you can learn how to carry it without pain. The present moment helps us hold our problems with gentle awareness, not tight fear. Another way to understand the power of now is to remember that every moment is new. The situation you face this instant is never the same as the one before. Each breath, each heartbeat is fresh and different. This means no difficulty is permanent. When we accept that change is constant, we begin to flow with life instead of fighting it. Like a river that moves around stones, we find ways to move through challenges with grace. It is natural for the mind to want to control everything, to plan and predict. But the future is always uncertain. Clinging to control creates tension and fear. Letting go of this need allows the mind to be free and calm. Living in the present moment does not mean ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It means not being trapped by them. We learn from the past, prepare for the future, but live fully now. Many people think calmness is about having no problems. This is a misunderstanding. Calmness is a way of facing problems with a steady heart. It is the peace that comes when the mind is not pulled in many directions. When you practice being present, even small tasks become peaceful. Washing your hands, eating your food, walking outside. These moments can be full of calm if your mind is here. The mind is like a wild horse. If you try to chase it or control it forcefully, it runs away faster. But if you sit quietly and watch, it will come to you. Being present is like becoming that quiet observer. Difficult times often bring strong emotions: fear, anger, sadness. These emotions are part of being human, but they do not have to control you. When you bring your attention back to the present, you create space for these feelings without being overwhelmed. It is helpful to remember that emotions come and go like clouds passing in the sky. You do not have to chase them or push them away. Simply notice them and let them pass. One teaching from the Buddha is called mindfulness. It means remembering to be aware of what is happening right now. When mindfulness is strong, the mind becomes clear and calm naturally. Mindfulness can be practiced anytime. You do not need to sit in silence for hours. When washing dishes, walking, or waiting in line, bring your attention to your senses. Feel the water, hear the sounds, see the colors. Over time, this practice strengthens the mind. It becomes like a muscle, able to hold calm even when the world is loud. There is a story about a Zen master and his student. The student asked, "Master, How can I keep calm when my mind is restless? The master replied, when the water is clear, the moon shines brightly. Clear your mind like the water, and the moon of peace will shine in your heart. This is the power of the present moment. It clears the mind and lets peace shine through. So, when you find yourself lost in worry or fear, stop and take a breath. Look around and notice what is real right now. This simple act can change everything. The present moment is a gift. It is the doorway to calmness and wisdom. When you live here fully, even tough situations become easier to face. Remember, the storm outside cannot disturb the calm inside unless you let it. The mind is your true home. Care for it with kindness and attention. In the next moments, practice being here now. Feel your breath. Notice your body. See the world with fresh eyes. This is the beginning of true peace. The Zen master teaches that by coming back to the present moment again and again, the mind grows steady. It no longer runs after every fear or regret. Instead, it stays like a mountain, still, strong, and peaceful. This is the power you hold inside, the power of now. Listen carefully, dear one. The breath is your first teacher. Before you speak, before you act, before your thoughts rush, there is breath, silent, steady, always with you. In every moment, your breath flows in and out like the tide. When a mind is troubled, the breath becomes shallow and quick. When a breath is calm, the mind settles like a quiet pond. Many people forget this simple truth. They think peace comes from changing their world or controlling others. But real calmness begins with your breath. You cannot control the world, but you can always return to your breath. It is your anchor in the storm. Imagine a rough wind shaking the branches of a tree. The branches sway, but the roots hold firm. Your breath is the root. When you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to notice your breathing. Feel the air as it enters your nose, fills your lungs, and then gently leave your body. Do not try to change it at first. Just watch. This watching is called mindfulness. It means being fully present with what is happening inside you. When you watch your breath, you become the observer of your mind's chatter and emotions. You are no longer lost in anger, fear, or sadness. You begin to see them as passing clouds in the sky. Now, try this with me. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently for a moment. Now breathe out slowly for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel your body relax with each breath out. Do this a few times. With every breath, your mind becomes clearer. The Buddha taught that the breath is a path to enlightenment. Not because breathing is special, but because it is always with us. It connects body and mind. When you train your mind to follow your breath, you are training it to be still, calm, and clear. In times of fear or stress, your breath will try to escape. It may become rapid or erratic. This is your body's way of reacting, but you have the power to respond. By gently bringing your attention back to your breath, you calm your nervous system. You tell your body it is safe. A simple practice called anapanasati, or mindful breathing, can be done anywhere. Sit quietly, close your eyes if you like, and focus on your breathing. If your mind wanders, which it will, kindly bring it back. Do not judge yourself. This gentle return is the practice. Breathing deeply also affects your emotions. When you take deep, slow breaths, your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, and your mind softens. You create space between your feelings and your reactions. This space is freedom. Let me tell you a story. Once, a student came to the Buddha, troubled by anger. The Buddha asked him to watch his breath. The student did so every day. Over time, his anger lessened. He realized that anger arises like a fire fueled by hurried breath and restless thoughts. With calm breath, the fire dims. Your breath can be a friend in difficult times. When someone speaks harshly, when your heart feels heavy, when life seems unfair, pause. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Notice how the tension in your body softens. The mind that was rushing becomes steady. Sometimes, you may feel breathless or anxious. This is natural. Do not fear it. Simply observe your breath as it is, short, choppy, or deep. Accept it without resistance. Acceptance is the first step toward peace. Many who practice mindful breathing find that their sleep improves, their headaches ease, and their worries lose their power. The breath is medicine, free, always available, and powerful beyond measure. In daily life, bring your attention to your breath often. When walking, feel your breath with every step. When eating, breathe deeply and taste fully. When talking, pause and take a breath before you speak. These small moments build a calm mind. Remember, the breath is a bridge. It connects your outer world to your inner peace. When the world shouts, your breath whispers calmness. When your mind races, your breath invites you home, to stillness. Even in chaos, the breath remains. It is your steady companion. Like the flame of a candle that does not flicker in the dark, your breath lights the path to peace. Practice patiently. Some days the mind will resist, and the breath will feel restless. This is the way of the mind. But with regular practice, the moments of calm grow longer, and your heart grows softer. The breath teaches you to live in the present, not in the regrets of the past, nor the worries of the future. The present moment is the only place where life happens. Your breath anchors you here and now. When you feel anger rising, when fear grips your chest, breathe. Feel the air filling your lungs, then gently leaving. Say silently to yourself, I am here. I am safe. These words, combined with calm breath, hold great power. Do not underestimate the simplicity of breath. Like water shaping stone over time, mindful breathing shapes your mind. It carves away anxiety, sharpens clarity, and builds resilience. Take a moment now to close your eyes. Breathe deeply and slowly. Feel the life force moving within you. Know that no matter what happens outside, your breath is always there to bring you back. This is the power of mindful breathing, a quiet strength, a hidden treasure, a path to calm even in the toughest storms. There's a story about a man who held tightly to a beautiful stone. He admired its shine, its weight, and the way it fit perfectly in his hand. He was so focused on holding the stone that he did not notice the river flowing by him. The river was calm, peaceful, and free. But the man's hand was closed tight, gripping the stone so hard that his fingers hurt. The more he held, the more pain he felt. This story teaches us a simple truth. Holding too tightly causes suffering. You see, dear friend, many of us suffer because we cling. We cling to things, people, ideas, even to pain and fear. We believe that holding on tightly will keep us safe, happy, and secure. But the mind that clings is like the man gripping the stone too tightly. It is closed, tense, and restless. In Buddhism, attachment is called upadana. It means to grasp or cling. This grasping is the root of much suffering. When we hold on to what we like and refuse to let go, we create tension in the mind. When things change, as they always do, we feel loss, anger, or sadness. But what if we practiced letting go? What if we learned to open our hand gently, to allow things to flow freely like the river? Letting go does not mean giving up or becoming careless. It means understanding that all things are impermanent. Nothing stays the same. The flower blossoms, then it wilts. The sun rises, then it sets. The river flows endlessly. To hold on tightly to what is changing is to invite suffering. Imagine holding a cup of water. If you hold it too tightly, you might spill it. If you hold it gently, you keep it safely. The same is true for your thoughts, emotions, and attachments. Letting go means holding with care, not with force. The Zen master says, when you cling, you become trapped. When you release, you become free. But how we let go? First, notice what you're holding on to. Is it fear of loss? Desire for control? Anger at a past hurt? See it clearly, without judgment. Awareness is the first step. Then breathe deeply. Feel the breath come and go. With each breath, imagine your tight grip loosening, your hand opening. Next, remind yourself of the truth of impermanence. Everything changes. Holding on cannot stop change, but it can cause pain. Practice kindness toward yourself. Letting go can feel scary. It feels like losing something important, but it is not loss. It is freedom. When you let go of anger, your heart softens. When you let go of fear, your mind clears. When you let go of control, you invite peace. The Zen master often says, the leaf falls not because it wants to die, but because it trusts the wind. Trust the flow of life. Attachment binds the mind in chains. Letting go breaks these chains. Your mind becomes light, calm, and free to move with the rhythm of life. There is a famous Buddhist teaching called the Four Noble Truths. The first truth is that suffering exists. The second truth is that suffering comes from craving and attachment. The third truth is that suffering can end. The fourth truth is the path to end suffering. Letting go is the heart of this path. Sometimes we think letting go means forgetting or ignoring. But true letting go means acceptance. Accepting what is, without fighting or resisting. The Zen master reminds you, resistance is pain. Acceptance is peace. Try this simple meditation. Sit quietly and think of one thing you're holding tightly. Maybe it is worry or anger or sadness. See it clearly in your mind. Now, imagine placing it gently on a leaf. See the leaf floating down a river. Watch it drift away, slowly, peacefully. Feel your mind becoming lighter as the leaf moves away. This practice can be done anytime, anywhere. It teaches the mind to release, to trust, and to find calm. Letting go also means forgiving. Forgive others, forgive yourself. Holding on to blame is another form of attachment that weighs heavily on the heart. The Zen master says, forgiveness is the key to unlock your chains. When you forgive, you let go of the heavy burden of anger and hurt. You free your mind and heart. Remember, letting go is a journey, not a one-time event. Sometimes you will hold on again. That is okay. Gently return to awareness, breathe, and try again. The river does not rush. It flows steadily. Be like the river. In your daily life, practice letting go of small things. When you get upset by a comment, breathe and release the anger. When you want control over a situation, breathe and accept what comes. These small acts build a strong habit of calmness. When you face bigger challenges, you will find your mind is ready. You will not be overwhelmed by fear or anger because you have practiced letting go. Life will still have storms, but your boat will stay steady. The Zen master says, peace does not mean the absence of storms, but the presence of calm within. Every moment is an opportunity to let go, to open your hand, relax your mind, and trust the flow of life. This is the true freedom that Buddhism teaches. So, practice letting go with kindness, patience, and courage. Your mind will become a still lake, reflecting the clear sky of peace. And in this peace, you will find the strength to face any situation. In the quiet moments of dawn, when the world is still and the breath is soft, we find ourselves facing a truth. Fear is part of being human. It rises like a shadow, sometimes small, sometimes large, but always there. Fear whispers, be careful. Protect yourself. It can guard us, yes, but it can also imprison us. Many walk through life avoiding fear. Yet fear is not the enemy. It is a messenger, a teacher, if we learn to listen. Imagine a traveler standing at the edge of a dark forest. The trees seem tall and the path uncertain. Fear settles in the traveler's chest. To run away is easy, but to step forward takes courage. This courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means moving with fear, not against it. This is the courage that Buddhism teaches. The Buddha himself was not free from fear. Yet, through understanding and practice, he found a way to stand firm. He showed that courage grows not by fighting fear, but by seeing it clearly. When fear arises, the first step is to acknowledge it without judgment. To say, I see you, fear. You are here, but you will not control me. This simple recognition begins to loosen fear's grip. Fear is often rooted in attachment to safety, to certainty, to what we know. When the unknown looms, fear grows. But Buddhism invites us to practice impermanence, the truth that everything changes. If we hold tightly, pain comes. If we loosen our grip, peace can enter. To face fear courageously, we remember that fear is a passing cloud in the vast sky of our mind. When fear arises, breathing becomes our anchor. A slow, steady breath brings the mind back to the present moment, where fear's stories lose their power. The breath reminds us, we are alive, here now. In this presence, fear cannot grow unchecked. A Zen story speaks of a warrior who faces his enemy. Instead of rushing in with anger or panic, he stands calmly, breathing deeply, watching clearly. This warrior wins not because of force alone, but because his mind is steady, his courage rooted in calm. We too can be warriors of the mind, meeting fear with quiet strength. Often, fear makes us want to escape, to run from pain, failure, rejection. But running creates more suffering. Buddhism teaches the middle way. Not too much avoidance, not too much confrontation. Instead, meet fear gently. Let it teach you what you need to know. Sometimes, fear warns us of danger. Sometimes it shows where our courage is hidden. When fear shakes the body, when the heart races, when thoughts whirl, this is natural. Instead of fighting these signs, invite them to be there. Observe the sensations as a curious friend. Ask, what is fear trying to tell me? Sometimes it points to something real that needs attention. Sometimes it reveals old wounds waiting for healing. In meditation, we practice sitting with fear. We do not push it away, nor do we chase after calmness. We watch the fear like a passing wind, noticing how it comes and goes. This practice trains the mind to be strong, flexible, and kind. Over time, fear loses its power to control us. Courage is not loud or flashy. It is quiet, steady, like a small flame burning steadily through the night. Each time we face fear with mindfulness, we feed this flame. It grows stronger and brighter. This courage then spills into daily life. In difficult conversations, uncertain futures, moments of loss. When you feel afraid, remember you're not alone. All beings experience fear. The path of Buddhism is the path of companionship, walking together with awareness and kindness. Support can come from the Sangha, the community, or from the silent strength within yourself. One great teacher said, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. We can learn to expand the mind, to hold more space than fear's narrow walls. This expansion happens through daily practice, through kindness to oneself, through patience, through returning again and again to the present moment. Sometimes, fear disguises itself as anger or anxiety. When anger rises, ask if fear is beneath it. When anxiety spins a story of worse things to come, breathe and come back to the here and now. The mind that can see fear clearly can also see its disguise. It is also important to remember that courage does not mean ignoring safety. Wisdom helps us know when to move forward and when to pause. There is great courage in saying, I need time, or I will ask for help. These are not signs of weakness, but of deep strength. In Buddhist teachings, the Four Noble Truths show us how suffering arises and how it ends. Fear is part of suffering, but not the whole story. By understanding fear, we understand ourselves. We uncover the roots of suffering and begin to nurture freedom. A famous metaphor is the lotus flower. It grows in muddy water, but blooms pure and beautiful above the surface. Our courage is like this flower, rising from fear's dark soil into the light of peace. Practice patience as you face fear. Sometimes fear will seem overwhelming, but do not be discouraged. Each small moment of awareness adds up. The path is gradual, like the slow turning of the seasons. Trust in your own capacity for courage. You have faced fear before, perhaps not perfectly, but you've faced it. Every time you choose presence over panic, you strengthen the courage within. If fear paralyzes you, begin with small steps. Maybe it is taking a deep breath before hard talk, or sitting quietly when anxiety strikes. These small acts build a foundation of calm. Remember, courage is a choice made moment by moment. It is not a prize won and forgotten, but a living quality that grows through practice. When fear visits, greet it like an old friend. Listen to what it brings without being swept away. Then gently return to your breath, to your calm center. The mind that cultivates courage also cultivates compassion. Be kind to yourself in moments of fear. Do not add harsh judgment. Speak to yourself as you would to a friend facing a storm. Through this kindness, courage blooms more fully. The heart softens, and fear loses its sharp edges. Facing fear with Buddhist courage is a journey inward. It asks us to be brave enough to see clearly and gentle enough to accept what we find. This journey is not easy, but it is possible, and it leads to freedom. The freedom to live fully with an open heart no matter what challenges come. The path of courage taught by the Buddha is a gift. It invites us all to step forward, not because fear is gone, but because we have learned to walk with it peacefully. So in your life, when fear arises, pause. Breathe. Recognize the courage already within you, waiting to be uncovered. You are stronger than your fear. The calm mind, the steady breath, and the gentle heart are your allies. Face fear not as an enemy, but as a guide. Through this, your spirit grows, your peace deepens, and your life blooms like the lotus, radiant and free. In the heart of every storm, when the winds howl and the sky darkens, there's a quiet place that no storm can reach. This place is within us. It is the place where compassion lives. Compassion is like a soft light that warms even the coldest night. It is the shield that protects our mind from the sharp arrows of anger, fear, and sadness. When you face hard times, it is easy to close your heart. You may want to protect yourself by becoming cold or distant. But the Zen master tells you, the true strength is found in opening your heart wider, not closing it. When you open your heart with compassion, you create space for peace to grow inside you. Compassion is not just a feeling for others. It is also kindness you offer to yourself. When your mind is troubled, instead of blaming or punishing yourself, you gently say, "It's okay. I'm here for you." This simple kindness calms the storms inside. It is like a soft hand that smooths the rough waves. Imagine a mother caring for her child. When the child falls, the mother does not scold or get angry. She embraces the child with love and soothing words. In the same way, your mind needs that gentle care. When you treat yourself with compassion, you start to heal your fears and pains. Buddha taught that all beings want happiness and do not want suffering. This is the root of compassion. When you see others struggling, you recognize your own suffering reflected in them. This connection creates a deep feeling of kindness. You want to ease their pain because you know what it is like. But how does compassion protect your mind when life is hard? When you feel hurt or angry, your mind becomes a battlefield. The Zen master advises you to pause and look closely at what is happening inside. Instead of fighting the feeling, offer it compassion. Say, "I see you, pain. I know you are real." This acceptance weakens the power of suffering. Compassion helps you let go of anger too. Anger is like fire that burns inside you, harming yourself more than anyone else. When you respond with compassion, it is like pouring water on the fire. The flames die down and calmness returns. You do not become weak. You become strong enough to forgive. Forgiveness is a great act of compassion. It frees your mind from the heavy chains of bitterness. You forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. The Zen master says, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting others to suffer. When you practice compassion daily, your mind becomes softer, more peaceful. Even when difficult people or situations come your way, you do not react with hatred or fear. Instead, you respond with understanding. This does not mean you accept harm or injustice. It means your heart stays clear and your mind steady. Compassion also changes how you see the world. Instead of judging others harshly, you begin to see them as fellow travelers, all trying to find happiness and avoid pain. This shift in view reduces your stress. You feel less alone because you realize we all share similar struggles. The Zen master reminds you that compassion is a practice, like training a muscle. At first, it may feel strange or difficult, but with patience, it grows stronger. Start small. Wish well to someone you know, smile at a stranger, or listen deeply when a friend speaks. Each act of kindness builds the shield of compassion around your mind. In meditation, bring compassion into your practice. Sit quietly and breathe deeply. Picture yourself sending kind thoughts inward and outward. Imagine your compassion spreading like gentle waves, touching yourself, your loved ones, and all beings. This visualization softens the heart and clears the mind. When you wake up in the morning, set an intention to carry compassion throughout your day. Remind yourself that everyone is doing their best with what they have. This thought helps you stay calm when faced with frustration or conflict. Remember, compassion is not weakness or passivity. It is a quiet power that transforms pain into healing. It allows you to be fully present with your suffering without being overwhelmed. This presence is the true shield the Zen master speaks of, a shield that no storm can break. There will be moments when your mind is restless, when compassion feels distant. This is natural. The Zen master encourages you to return gently again and again, without judgment. Compassion grows through your consistent effort and kindness toward yourself. As you practice, you will notice that your relationships improve. Compassion opens your heart to deeper connection and understanding. Conflicts become opportunities for growth rather than battles to win. Your calm presence becomes a light for others lost in their storms. In times of great challenge, the Zen master advises to remember this truth. Compassion is your home. No matter how fierce the storm, you can always return to this place within. It is a sanctuary where your mind rests peacefully, no longer tossed by waves of fear or anger. So when you feel the weight of the world pressing down, breathe deeply and call upon your compassion. Let it wrap around you like a soft blanket, soothing every ache and calming every fear. In this way, you're never alone, never truly lost. Compassion teaches us that the greatest power is love, love for ourselves and all beings. This power does not shout or fight. It whispers gently, "You are enough. You are loved. You are safe." Hold this whisper close in your heart, and your mind will remain calm, even in the fiercest storm. The Zen master's final teaching on this matter is simple. Practice compassion every day. Let it be the shield that guards your mind. Let it be the light that guides you through darkness. With compassion, your inner peace will grow, and no external trouble can take it away. My dear friend, life often feels like a great sea, doesn't it? Sometimes the waves are gentle, and sometimes they crash fiercely. In those crashing moments, your mind wants to react, sometimes with anger, sometimes with fear, sometimes with denial. But there's a way to walk through this storm without losing your balance. This is the path the Buddha showed long ago, the middle path. You see, the middle path is about avoiding extremes. Imagine you're holding a stick. If you bend it too far to one side, it will break. If you hold it too rigidly straight without any flexibility, it may snap under pressure. But if you hold it gently in the middle, it bends just enough and stays strong. So too with your mind. When a tough situation arises, many people fall into extremes. They may get overwhelmed by emotions, too much anger or too much fear. Or they may shut down completely, pretending nothing is wrong. Neither way brings peace. Both make the mind restless and troubled. The middle path invites you to see clearly what is happening inside and outside, without pushing too hard or withdrawing too much. It asks you to be aware of your feelings without being swept away by them, to listen to your thoughts without being controlled by them. This balance is the heart of calmness. Think of a fire burning inside you. If you add too much fuel, it blazes uncontrollably, scorching everything. If you put out the fire completely, you lose its warmth and light. The middle path teaches you how to tend a fire wisely, enough to give warmth and light, but not so much that it burns you. This wisdom comes from deep understanding. It is not about ignoring your pain or pretending it is not there. It is about accepting what is, without judgment, and responding with kindness and clarity. This is how you protect your mind from becoming stormy. When faced with strong emotions, pause. Take a slow breath. Observe the feeling like a curious friend. Ask yourself, is this feeling true? Does it help me? How long will it last? This simple step creates space between you and your reaction. It gives your mind room to breathe and choose wisely. Buddha's teaching of the middle path was first shown when he realized that both extreme luxury and extreme austerity failed to bring peace. Instead, a balanced way of living, a path between extremes, brought true freedom from suffering. The same is true for your mind's reactions. In everyday life, the middle path can be practiced in small moments. When someone speaks harshly to you, you might feel anger rising. Instead of responding immediately or holding a grudge, take a moment. Breathe. Remember that everyone acts from their own suffering. This understanding softens your reaction and keeps your mind calm. Or when you feel anxious about the future, don't let your mind run wild with worst-case scenarios. Bring your attention back to the present moment. Ground yourself in what is real now, not what might be. This gentle return to reality steadies your mind. The middle path also means accepting impermanence. Everything changes, feelings, situations, people. When you hold tightly to one extreme, wanting things never to change or fearing all change, your mind suffers. But when you walk the middle path, you allow life to flow like water over stones without clinging or resisting. This practice is like training a wild horse. At first, the horse bucks and pulls in all directions. But with patience and gentle guidance, the horse learns to walk calmly by your side. Your mind is that horse. The middle path is the gentle guiding hand that leads it to calmness. Remember, the middle path is not about being indifferent or cold. It is about caring deeply but wisely. When you face hardship, do not run away or fight fiercely. Instead, face it with courage and balance. Let your mind be like a bamboo in the wind, strong, flexible, and unbroken. This path requires practice. The mind is often restless and wants to rush to extremes. But each time you choose balance over chaos, your calmness grows. Each moment you pause and choose the middle path, you water the seed of peace inside you. Sometimes you will fall into extremes. This is natural. The Zen master smiles gently and says, that too is part of the journey. When this happens, do not judge yourself harshly. Simply notice it, learn from it, and return to the middle path again. The beauty of the middle path is that it brings freedom. Freedom from being controlled by your fears, your anger, your worries. Freedom to respond to life with wisdom, kindness, and calm. This freedom is the true treasure the Buddha gave to the world. So, my friend, when storms of life come, remember the middle path. Do not hold too tight. Do not let go too much. Find the balance in between. Let your mind be steady like a mountain, yet soft like the clouds passing by. Walk this path every day, in every moment. With time, you will discover that calmness is not a distant dream, but your natural state. It is waiting inside you, ready to be uncovered by the gentle art of balance. May you find peace in the middle of all things, and may your mind remain calm, even in the toughest times. My dear friends, he began, in life, when trouble comes, it is very easy to let our emotions control us. Fear, anger, sadness, these feelings rise like wild flames inside us. They can burn away our peace and make us blind. But wisdom, like the cool shade of a tree on a hot day, can bring us clarity and calm. He paused and smiled softly. You see, the mind has two ways of seeing, through emotion and through wisdom. When you are caught in emotion, you see the world distorted, like looking through a stormy window. But when wisdom arises, your vision clears. You see things as they truly are. A student asked, Master, how can we choose wisdom when emotions are so strong? The master nodded. A very good question. Wisdom is not something far away. It lives quietly inside you, waiting for you to listen. The first step is to notice your emotions without judgment. When anger rises, do not push it away or get lost in it. Watch it like a bird passing in the sky. Imagine, he continued, you are standing on the edge of a river. The water is rushing fast and muddy. Your emotions are like that river. If you jump in and try to swim with the current, you'll be swept away. But if you sit on the bank and watch, you can see the water's path clearly. You understand it is only passing, and you remain safe. The master's voice grew softer. In a crisis, your mind wants to act quickly, often reacting in fear or anger. But wisdom teaches patience. It says, wait, observe, breathe. This pause is the key to clear seeing. He looked around the circle and said, Buddha taught us the power of mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present and aware. When you practice mindfulness, you catch your emotions early. You do not let them carry you away. The master raised his hand. Try this with me now. Close your eyes gently. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the air filling your lungs. Now breathe out slowly. Feel your body relax. When your mind is calm, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Can I watch this feeling without losing myself? After a moment, he opened his eyes. This simple practice trains your mind to see clearly. It is like polishing a dusty mirror, so it can reflect truth without distortion. He went on, wisdom also means understanding the nature of change. Everything in life is temporary. Emotions come and go, like clouds in the sky. When you know this, you do not cling to anger or fear. You let them pass. The master smiled again. Sometimes when people suffer, they believe their pain will last forever. But pain, like joy, is part of the flow. When you accept this truth, your mind opens to peace. One student, curious, asked, Master, how can we keep wisdom when the storm outside is very strong? When loss, illness, or fear shake our world? The master looked deeply. This is the greatest test. In such times, wisdom is not about ignoring pain or pretending all is well. It is about facing reality fully, without denial. Wisdom holds your pain gently, without adding more suffering. He continued, imagine you hold a thorn in your hand. Wisdom is like holding the thorn carefully, not squeezing harder. You feel the pain, but you do not cause more hurt by your struggle. He spoke slowly. When you see clearly, you understand the cause of your pain. Often, it comes from your attachment, wanting things to be different, holding on tightly to your hopes and fears. Wisdom helps you loosen your grip. It shows you how to accept what is. The master's voice grew firm. Do not mistake wisdom for weakness. It is strength born from understanding. When you act from wisdom, your actions are calm, thoughtful, and effective. You do not fight the storm blindly. You move with it like a tree, bending with the wind but not breaking. He looked at each student. Practice this every day. When you feel a strong emotion, stop and ask, is this cloud covering my clear sky? Then breathe and let the cloud pass. The master smiled gently. In this way, your mind becomes like a clear lake. When a stone falls into it, ripples spread. But the water soon settles, and the reflection returns. Your true nature is calm and bright, beneath the waves of emotion. He told them a story. A monk once asked the Buddha, how can I be free from anger? The Buddha replied, see your anger as a guest who comes for a while. Offer it kindness, and it will leave. This kindness is the wisdom that sees without hatred, without fear. The master's eyes twinkled. When you look deeply at your feelings, they lose their power over you. You become the master of your mind, not its slave. He ended with this teaching. Remember, every moment is a chance to choose wisdom over emotion. The more you practice, the stronger your calm will grow. Like a candle lighting other candles, your peace will spread to those around you. The Zen master sat quietly, letting the silence speak. In that silence, his students felt the truth. Wisdom is the clear light inside that never fades, even in the darkest night. Listen closely, dear friend. Life is like a river. It flows and changes without stopping. Sometimes the river meets rocks, fallen trees, or steep cliffs. What does the water do? Does it fight the obstacles with force? No, it does not. Instead, it flows around, over, even beneath them. The water moves gently, without resistance, and it continues its path calmly. This is the secret of non-resistance. In life, when we face difficulties, it is natural to want to push back hard. We want to fight against what troubles us, to control or change everything quickly. But like water, resisting with great force can cause more struggle inside us. When we fight what is happening, our mind becomes tense, restless, and full of pain. The Buddha taught that suffering comes from craving and resistance. When we cling tightly to what we want or reject what we do not want, we create a storm inside our mind. The first step toward peace is to learn to accept reality as it is, without pushing against it. This does not mean giving up or becoming weak. It means seeing clearly what is and responding wisely. Imagine a leaf floating on the river. When it meets a rock, it does not try to break the rock or stay stuck. It moves gently around it. This is what we call non-resistance. The leaf flows with the current, and this flowing keeps it safe and peaceful. In difficult times, non-resistance allows us to breathe deeply and soften the tension inside. When we soften, the heart opens and wisdom arises. We can see the situation more clearly and find the right way forward. Resistance blinds us. Non-resistance reveals. You may ask, does non-resistance mean I must accept injustice, pain, or harm without doing anything? No. Non-resistance is not about ignoring problems or being passive. It is about changing how you face them. You stand strong like the riverbed beneath the water, firm, steady, and calm. But your mind flows freely without fighting useless battles. The river does not stop because of obstacles. It changes shape, but its direction remains. Similarly, when trouble comes, your mind may feel shaken, but your inner calm can stay. This calmness is not forced. It grows naturally when you let go of resistance. In meditation, this is practiced by noticing thoughts and feelings without pushing them away or holding on tightly. You observe the mind like the sky holds clouds. Clouds come and go, but the sky remains clear. When you learn this, you see that your troubles are like clouds, temporary and ever-changing. Non-resistance also means patience. Sometimes, the river flows slowly through narrow paths. It does not hurry or become angry. It waits and keeps moving gently. Patience with yourself and your situation creates space for peace to grow. When you practice non-resistance, you stop wasting energy on struggle. You save your strength for what truly matters. You become like a calm ocean, able to absorb storms without breaking. This does not mean you do nothing. It means you act from a place of calm power, not from panic or fear. Every moment of resistance causes tension in the body and mind. Try this now. Think of a recent time when you were angry or upset. Feel how tight your body became. Now, imagine letting go of that tension like water softening a rock. Notice the relief and peace that comes. This simple practice of non-resistance helps calm the mind instantly. The Buddha said, do not dwell on the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Non-resistance is living fully in the present, without fighting what is here now. The present moment is all we ever truly have. When you accept it, you find calm. It is natural to want to control life's events. But control is an illusion, like trying to hold water in your hands. The more you grasp, the more it slips away. When you release control, you open space for life to flow naturally. This is freedom. The river never complains. It never resists the shape of the land or the weather. It flows quietly, steadily, without anger or sadness. When you adopt this attitude, your mind becomes like the river, flexible and calm in every situation. In daily life, non-resistance means not reacting instantly with anger or frustration. When something difficult happens, pause. Take a deep breath. Notice your feelings without judgment. Then choose how to respond from calmness, not from reaction. You may find at first this is hard. Your mind wants to fight back, to push away discomfort. But like training a young child, with patience and practice, your mind learns to flow gently. Each moment of calm creates a stronger mind. Think of non-resistance as a path, not a destination. Some days, you flow smoothly like water over stones. Other days, you may feel stuck or tense. That is normal. Keep returning to the river's lesson. Flow, don't fight. Remember, calmness does not mean ignoring problems. It means meeting them with a clear and open mind. When your mind is calm, you see solutions more easily. You find strength you didn't know you had. The Zen master says, "Life will bring storms, but you do not have to be a leaf caught in the wind. Be the river. Be steady beneath, flowing freely above. Trust the process. Trust your mind's ability to adapt. Non-resistance is the gentle power that brings peace in the heart of chaos. Practice it daily. Notice your reactions and soften your grip. In time, you will discover a calm deeper than any storm outside. Your mind will become a sanctuary, a still lake that reflects the sky clearly. No matter what happens, you can live with peace, grace, and wisdom. Flow like water, dear friend. Flow without resistance. And find the calm that is always within you. In the world we live in today, noise surrounds us every moment. The sounds of machines, voices, alarms, and rushing feet fill the air. The mind also becomes noisy, filled with countless thoughts, worries, and fears. Many people believe that silence means being in a quiet room, but true silence is something deeper, a quietness inside the mind that does not depend on the outside world. Imagine sitting by a busy street. Cars rush by, people talk loudly, the wind carries all kinds of sounds. Yet, if your mind is peaceful, you can sit quietly and feel calm. This is the true power of silence. It is not about avoiding noise, but about finding a still point inside yourself where noise cannot reach. The Zen master once said, "The sound of water flows around the stone, but the stone remains unmoved." The stone is like your mind. No matter what noise comes, the mind can remain steady if it is trained. This is what meditation teaches us, to find that stillness even when life is busy and full of distractions. When difficult moments come, your mind often fills with fears and questions. You wonder, what will happen next? Or how can I fix this? These thoughts create more noise inside you, like a storm inside your head. Meditation is like sitting on a mountain during a storm. The wind may blow hard, but the mountain does not fall. The mountain listens, but is not shaken. To begin, you do not need a special place or hours of time. Even a few minutes of sitting quietly, paying attention to your breath, can bring peace. Focus on the in and out of your breath. Feel the air as it enters your nose and leaves your body. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath. Do not fight the thoughts. Just watch them like clouds passing in the sky. Over time, this simple practice builds a strong calmness inside you. When a difficult situation appears, you already have a place of silence within. This silence is like a safe home where fear and anger cannot enter. You do not react immediately with anger or panic because you have practiced returning to peace. Another way to keep silence in the mind is by observing your thoughts without judgment. Imagine you're sitting by a riverbank, watching leaves float by on the water. Your thoughts are like those leaves. Some are big, some are small. Some bright, some dark. You do not grab the leaves or push them away. You simply watch. This watching helps you realize that thoughts come and go. They are not permanent, and they do not control you. In Buddhist teachings, this is called mindfulness, being fully present to what is happening now, without adding stories or judgments. When you are mindful, you notice when your mind becomes loud and restless. You can then gently guide it back to calmness. Sometimes, silence is not only about stopping the noise outside or inside, but also about accepting what is. Life will bring many challenges, and the mind may feel upset. But by accepting these feelings without fighting them, you allow the storm to pass naturally. Like rain falling on the ground, it soaks in and disappears. This acceptance is the heart of peace. Many people fear silence because it can bring them face to face with their worries and fears. But the Zen master teaches that facing these fears with a calm mind is the path to freedom. When you stop running from your thoughts and feelings, you see them clearly. They lose their power over you. Silence also helps you hear the deeper wisdom that lives within. When a mind is quiet, a small voice of kindness, patience, and understanding can be heard. This voice guides you gently through tough times, reminding you that you are not alone. You may ask, how do I keep the silence when life is so busy? The answer is simple. Bring mindfulness into every moment. When you walk, feel your feet touching the ground. When you eat, taste each bite fully. When you talk, listen deeply to the other person. These small acts of presence create pockets of silence in your day. Sometimes silence is also found in nature. Watching the sky, feeling the breeze, listening to birds. These moments reconnect you with a calmness bigger than yourself. The natural world moves with a quiet rhythm. By matching your breath and heart with that rhythm, you find peace. If your mind becomes noisy with worries about the future or regrets about the past, gently remind yourself that only this moment is real. The past is gone. The future is not yet here. Silence lives in the present. Returning to this truth brings freedom. Meditation is not about escaping life or becoming emotionless. It is about meeting life fully with a calm and clear mind. It is learning to be like water that flows around obstacles without breaking. It is the practice of patience, kindness, and understanding toward yourself. Sometimes you will feel your mind is too noisy and silence feels impossible. In those times, do not get frustrated. This too is part of the path. Even the great Zen masters had restless minds. What matters is your willingness to come back again and again to the practice. Let your meditation be gentle, like a mother holding a child. There is no need to force silence. Just create space for it to grow. Over time, that space will become your refuge, your strength, your calm in any storm. Remember, the silence within you is always there. It has never left, even if you have forgotten it. Meditation is the key that opens the door to that silence. With practice, you will find that silence grows deeper and stronger, helping you face every challenge with a steady heart. In the end, the noise outside may never fully disappear. The world will continue to be busy and loud, but inside, your mind can be a quiet lake reflecting the sky. No storm can shake it. This is the true peace that Buddhism offers, peace that is not dependent on conditions, but comes from within. So, when life feels overwhelming, remember to return to your breath, to your silent place inside. Sit quietly, watch your thoughts like leaves on a river, and find the stillness that never leaves you. This is your true home. This is your strength. This is your calm. The journey of the mind is like the journey of a river. It begins with a small spring, clear and pure. But as it travels, the river meets stones, bends, and storms. Sometimes it rushes fast, sometimes it flows gently. The river is never still for long. So is the mind. It moves, it changes, it faces many obstacles. But, my friends, the true secret lies not in stopping the river, but in learning to flow with it. When you face difficult times, remember, your mind is like this river. It will have waves and ripples. But deep within, there's a stillness, a place where the river is calm and wide. This place is always there, waiting for you to find it. It is your natural peace, your true home. Many people think that peace means no problems, no pain, no sadness. But this is not so. Peace means being able to stay steady even when problems come. It means feeling calm inside, even when the world is noisy and hard. This is the gift of the awakened mind. In Buddhism, we learn that the mind is shaped by habits. When we are angry, scared, or restless, it is because old habits take over. But just like a gardener can clear weeds and plant new seeds, you could train your mind to be calm and gentle. This takes patience and kindness towards yourself. One very simple way to start is with your breath. The breath is a friend who is always with you. When you feel upset, take a slow breath in. Feel the air enter your body. Then breathe out slowly, letting go of tension. The breath can bring you back to the present moment where peace lives. Another teaching is to see things as they truly are. Often, our mind makes stories about what's happening. We say, "This is terrible. I can't handle it." But these stories can make us suffer more. Instead, try to watch the mind's stories without believing them completely. See the facts clearly, without adding fear or anger. This clarity brings calm. The Buddha taught the middle way. This means not pushing too hard to change things and not giving up either. It means walking gently with balance. When you face challenges, do not fight them with anger. Do not run away in fear. Instead, meet them with calm courage, like a mountain that stands tall through wind and rain. Compassion is also a great power. When you are kind to yourself in hard times, your mind softens. You stop blaming yourself or others. You open your heart. Compassion melts away the harshness inside and brings peace. Remember, no feeling lasts forever. Sadness, anger, fear, they come and go like clouds in the sky. You are not your feelings. You are the sky itself, wide and open. When you see this, you begin to feel free. It is important to practice daily, even if only for a few minutes. Seek quietly. Watch your breath. Let go of worries. Practice kindness to yourself and others. Slowly, your mind will learn to be calm like a still lake, reflecting the world gently. Sometimes, the mind will be restless again. This is normal. Do not get upset at yourself. Each time you return to calmness, you build strength. Like training a muscle, the mind becomes stronger with practice. When you face a storm in life, do not forget your inner calm. It is your anchor. It will hold you steady, even when waves are high. Trust in this calmness. Trust in your own wisdom. You might ask, how long will it take to be truly calm? There is no hurry, my friend. The path of peace is lifelong. Each day is a new chance to practice. Each moment is a new chance to return to calm. As a Zen master, I remind you, do not seek peace far away. It is not hidden in distant places or in things you do not have. Peace is here now inside you. It is the natural state of your mind. When you stop chasing and just rest in the moment, peace arises effortlessly. So live gently, breathe deeply, walk kindly, smile softly. These simple acts are the true secret to calmness. Before we end, I want to thank you for walking this path with us. Your mind is a precious treasure. Care for it like a loving gardener cares for a delicate flower. And always remember, calmness is not the absence of difficulties. It is the presence of your true strength. If this journey has touched your heart, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven. There are many who need these teachings, but only a few who hear them. Your support helps this wisdom reach more minds and hearts. Let us grow this calm community together. May your mind be peaceful, may your heart be kind, and may you walk each day with calm strength.